What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking another trip down the toy aisle. Now, we veered off a little bit. We did the monsters, we did some mutants, we did the zombies, we did a little bit of everything. Then we went over to NXT for, what was it, 9 weeks, I believe? We did a lot of NXT stuff. You guys know every 10th episode we do something non-wrestling related, so we got one of those coming up. But today, we're going to kind of get back on track. We were doing the Elite set, followed by the Basic, followed by the Tag Team set. What we're going to do now is we're going to start with Ultimates, Ultimate Edition Series 1 that came out 6 years ago at this point. We're going to talk about that. Then we're going to try and catch up. And once we get to the series, I believe we were on Series 6. So once we get to 7, we're going to go back to Elite, Basic, Tag Team, Ultimate, all in a row until the Ultimates are called up, of course. But that'll be way down the line. So join me down the toy aisle. All right, so I didn't know it was 6 years, to be honest with you. But everybody remembers Ultimate Edition Series 1. It is none other than Ronda Rousey. This is Ronda Rousey from April 8th, 2018 at WrestleMania 34. Now, I don't know about you guys. I can't stand Ronda Rousey. I hated the whole time she was in the company. So I don't know if I'm the one to talk about this figure. Especially, like, she just put out something. What was it? Today? Yeah, on the 4th. I'm recording on the 4th. The video going live on the 5th. She was complaining about the fact that she was having to fight Alexa Bliss in a match, or wrestle Alexa Bliss in a match. And she was saying that it was dumb that they put her against Alexa. And the reason they did is because Alexa was a top merch seller at the time. Did she forget this is a business? Ronda was like your money person at the time, and Alexa was doing well in merch. Why not put them together? Anyway, yeah, Ronda's kind of been a stain with her time in WWE. I'll be honest. I don't want to see your bag. Please, Ronda, if you're watching, stay away. But the figure's pretty darn good. Honestly, this could be your one Ronda Rousey pickup the whole time she was in the company. Now, I think it's kind of expensive nowadays. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's like 60, 70 bucks. But she keeps shooting herself in the foot. It's going to go down in price for sure. But the figure is great. It does come with her ring gear, obviously. It has the Rowdy across the chest. Comes with 3 heads in total. It comes with her leather jacket that she wore to replicate Rowdy Roddy Piper. Comes with a kilt. Sure, I guess. I don't know why she's wearing that, to be honest. But, yeah, it's the long hair head sculpt with, like, the hair not braided that we saw with her first Elite figure. She was in, like, regular clothes, and it came with the table with the red cover. I got a bunch of those tables for my backstage area, but other than that, whatever. But the figure is fine. This was when they were starting to implement the double-jointed arms. And that's obviously been a game changer ever since then. The butterfly joints did not take place on Series 1, unfortunately. Or at least it didn't on Ronda. And I think it was a few series before that it really picked up. But the interchangeable arms was definitely a game changer. That was the first for WWE besides the Build-A-Figures, of course. But the interchangeable arms really made things over the top. The figure, like the packaging is great for these. You see all the accessories. We're going to go and see. Yeah, this is what she looked like. That's a terrible photo. It makes it too big. But like there it is with the kilt on. There it is with the smiling head for a chick that doesn't really smile. And it has the leather jacket. It's pretty cool. I do like the figure a lot. It comes with the Ronda specific hands with like the little, I don't know what it's technically called, but it's like sculpted onto the hand. And this is when we started getting the double jointed toes. This looks pretty good. It's weird seeing legs with pins in them now that Mattel has moved to the pinless legs for the most part. But the figure is great. The leg articulation wasn't too hot because the legs were kind of thick. That's more so just like the parts they had to use for accuracy, rather than skimping on the articulation. But it's really cool. The interchangeable heads are great. The interchangeable arms are great. And when you put the leather jacket on there, it kind of looks like that's how the figure actually came. So that's a pretty cool way to start Series 1. And there were only 2 figures in Series 1. So let's go ahead and look at the other one. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, this one didn't really do it for me at the time. Now, looking back, and with it getting re-released in the Greatest Hits series in 2023, it has aged on me pretty well. They debuted this. It wasn't even like a big event. It was like Mattel doing a showcase, I believe, at their headquarters or something crazy like that. And it was pretty low-key. They showed off these 2 figures and I think a couple of elites, and that was it. No interchangeable arms on here. They are interchangeable, don't get me wrong, but he doesn't have anything to swap them with right now. 3 sets of hands, 2 heads in total. The second head having more expression on it and having the paint removed like mid-match. I think that's pretty cool. But the big selling point here was the jacket or the coat or the duster or whatever you want to call it that he wore at Halloween Havoc in 1998. Let's see if we can get a picture of the back of this jacket. Right there, the One Warrior Nation, here lies NWO tombstone. That, like, this is pretty insane. This was pretty groundbreaking at the time because Mattel did not attempt to do anything like this beforehand. So to have something with so much detail kind of blew everybody away. It was a no-brainer, honestly. It's so good. Now, like I said, it did not have the double-jointed arm, or not the double-jointed, the butterfly joints to make it where the articulation was great like that. It did not have that at the time. But it does come in just a few series. Also, the torso articulation on here, not up to par with how Ultimate Edition like actually ended up being. I think they changed the torso on the re-release, to be honest with you. We're going to have to take a look at that in just a second. But yeah, as far as the figure, though, the figure was great. Obviously, this is a new venture with the line, so everything wasn't going to be perfect right off the rip. But it definitely grew with time. Let's go ahead and take a look at the other, the re-release for this figure here. All right, so with the re-release, obviously everything had kind of been dialed up a little bit, but this does have the new torso that they used with Goldberg, Eddie Guerrero, the first Eddie Guerrero, John Cena, Triple H, some of them, people like that. And you see the butterfly joints have been added. So massive upgrade. If you like the Series 1, get the Greatest Hits re-release. I think it's still available on Ringside. Let's see if it is. Like, nope, it's out of stock. Oh, well, I tried to tell you. My bad. But obviously, you know, it's pretty great. But that is it for Ultimate Edition Series 1. One of the cooler lines out there. They really do put a lot of effort into it. So let me know what you guys think about the Ultimate Editions down in the comments below compared to the Elites. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And last but not least, take it easy.